So, okay, right. So today we will review a little bit, right? So here I will show you the midterm of the last year, right? So now your work is, so here we have more than 2 hours, right? So your work in I try to practice with this. And so if you have any question, please let me know, right? So let's see whether I can post the file here. So everyone can be download with this and during the um, during your works, right? So we can so let's see. Maybe I will give you the link in the Google Drive so you can download it. Google Drive. Wisdom skill. Right. So here now. So I put the links here. Right. So you can download it. You can download the file. So try to practice in the time of class. Right. And please let me know if you have any question. So is it okay, everyone? Right. So here one thing, right? One thing that I want to know. Yeah. Right. This is the question 3. So practice question 2. This is the project. So question 2. So the question 2 and 4 at the end of our class.
cho em chơi.
Right, so the student who come late, right? So play practice with this. This is the right. So this is the link, right, for the last year midterm, right? So try to practice with this within 2 hours within our class. And for the question 2 and question 4, I will show at the end of our class, right? So please let me know. And, question 2, right? So trong ai đã cùng trao nhau. Okay, so to explain Firefox Elm in system bottlenecks. Okay, let's open the file. Oh, turn on the music, play stack, turn it up. Right, first of all, who arrived they download it. Right, so right, and I will answer you. Now can we find Lmax? Right. First, okay, so here. Now the first one is let's say okay. Now okay, so let's say this case, right? So first of all, after we already adding, right? So now a submit will be literally like this. After we already can find some knot, some broken line into here, right? First of all, here. First of all, we come up with this. From this next, we can find the earliest starting time, right? And we can find the latest completion time, right? Earliest starting time is will be corresponding with our release day, right? And the latest completion time is will be corresponding with our due date, right? So here we will, first of all, we will extract all the needed information relating to one machine, right? So here in KDAP machine one, we have the all the information relating to machine one will be 11, 12, and 13, right? Here we have 11, 12, and 13. This is corresponding with the information of machine one, right? Here, if someone asks me where this I can get the information, so I get the information here, right? 1, 2, and right, corresponding with this here 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 3. Right, we have 1, 3. Now, so here, how can we find this information? So let's open the, I show you what is the calculation. Right, so let me show you how can we find the calculation. Right. Okay, so let's see. So many things to do. So Right. So now first for machine 1, right? We apply the earliest release date first. So here, now, let me close the related file. We apply right earliest release date first. So here, I put it into here so you can make the comparison more easily. Now, right. So here the comparison is the most of them release date of job 1 and job 3 are on 0, right? But here the due date of machine 1 is 10 and the due date of the due date of job 1 is 10 on machine 1 is 10 and the due date of job 3 on machine 1 is 12, right? So here if they are equal, so we are set more priority for the job with the stricter due date, right? So here the first one, right? So here the first one, let's say we had a job relating to 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 2, right? So we put this one first of all. So job 1 will be processed first. So after job 1 is the process first due to the trigger due date but had the same release date, right? For the job 2 and job 3, right, we also need to identify it, right? So job 2 and job 3, job 2 had the earliest release date, right? So we choose job 2 first, job 3 first, right? And after that, we calculate the rest one will be job 2, right? So at this step, is it okay? Right. Cái này của mình lộn á. Right, sorry for the question two. He is must be from this to this 1, 1, 1, 3. Right, 1, 2, and after that we will have the rest. But let's begin with this first, right? So at this here, we will have the job 1 will be starting at this, right? So starting time, right, will be of job 1 here. It will be corresponding with job 1. It will be corresponding with 0, right? Finishing time, right? It will be 0 plus what? 0 plus 10, right? Since here we have processing time, this will be 10, right? And so here we will have the due date, right? Will be equal to 10. Now we have defined a max of L, right? Of tardiness will be max between what? 0 and finish, right? Minus due date, right? And so here replace the formula into this, we will have max of 0, 10 minus 10, right? So it will be equal to 0. This is for job 1, right? So here now, let's see a case of mobile app. Here, I think that may be better than I insert one table here. So, right, this will be better. So, this will be start time, finish, finishing time. Right, next one will be the due date, right? This one will be L max. So here we insert right. L max L equal to max 0 finishing time minus due date. Right here we also have another route relating to job. We have job 1, 2, and 3. So maybe easier. So we can follow it easier. Right. So here 0, right? 0 plus 10 equal to 10. Due date equal to 10. We extract it from here. Right. So max 0, right, equal to 0. Right. So here now let's say job 3, right? So what is the starting time of job 3? So here let's see starting time of job 3, since job 3 must be conducted before job 1, right? So starting time of job 3 must be the maximum between 0 and 10, right? It must be the maximum between 0 and 10. So job 3 only start at 10, right? And here its finishing time it must be equal to 10 plus 4, 14, right? Due date, so we extract here information here, due date here, right? Max of this will be 0, right? Finishing time minus due date, so here we have equal to 2. Now let's say job 2. Job 2 can be only start if job 3 must be already finished, right? So here job 2 must be start at what? So job 2 must be start at 14, right? Here it really at 8, but at 14 job 3 just finished, right? So here we have 14, right? So finishing time of this will be 14 plus processing time 3, right? It's equal to, in this, in here, due date will be, right? So max of this will be 0 plus, right? In here, so we will have it's equal to 6, right? This is corresponding with machine 1, right? Corresponding with machine 1. So here in case of the machine 2, right? The process will be the same, right? So now I copy the table here a little bit, so I will illustrate the calculation, right? Now for machine 2, we consider this. So here the job in machine 2 is must be follow the sequence. Job 2 first, right? After that we will have job 3, and after that we will have job 1, right? So this will be okay at this, right? So here we put information here, 2, 3, 1, right? Now start time. Start time of job 2 0, right? In here, processing time of A, right? So here we will have is equal to A. Also the due date will be 8, right? So here it will be equal to 0, S minus 8, right? 0. Now for job 3, right? Here we see that job 3 start release time of this is 4, but it can be only done when job 2 already finished. So here it must be max between 4 and A, right? So here it must be A, right? And now we will have this, right? A plus 7, right? So 15, right? So now we come up with this. So due date of job 3 here E19, right? So max up 15 minus 19, right? So it will be equal to 0, right? So and now the last one will be the top one. Top one can be start at only 15 and 10, right? So it will be 15. So 15 plus A is equal to 23, right? Điều đây is this, so max up, right? Right. And here the L max will be the maximum between three tidiness here, so it will be equal to 5. So in this case will be equal to 5, right? So you can do in the same thing for machine 3 and machine 4, right? So after we already have this, right? So I will add the act into the model. So here it will be u up to 1, 1, right? So after that we will add the sequence into this, right? And now with the sequence into this, right? We know that we also can be set the sequence come from 1, 1 up to 1, 2, right? Because here 1, 1 must be done before 1, 2, right? So basically we will have another x from 1, 1 up to 1, 2, right? And now let's see from 1, 1 up to 1, 2. Let's see u 1, 1. And here I think that I had something wrong into here. So let me recheck it again. Right, so here will be 10 for this, and this. I think that's the point 1, 2 is unnecessary here. Sorry about this. Right, 10 plus 4. Here is total is 15, right? 10 plus 15. Right, so sorry. I think that this ball 1, 1, 1, 2 is unnecessary here. Maybe this will be the triple of this, right? So sorry about this. Right, so at this step, is it okay? Let's check. Oh, plus 4. This plus 6. Rồi. Okay, so no. Okay, so now he will come up with question 2, right? So let me say the whole screen corresponding with question 2. Mm, mm, Right. So now let's take a little bit at the question 2, right? So here in the question 2, so now, so basically in the question 2, we are given the sense, right, of project, right? And so in each project, right, we will have we need to use some label. The most difficulty here is the label, they not only use as one skill, but they can multifunction, right? So some label, they out more than one skill. And for each project, we have some specific requirement for how many people to using the skill like this. So now let's see the contrast of this map, right? So here, now first of all, we will have the job, labor, and skill, right? First of all, we declare the range of job, declare skill, and declare the range of the neighbor, right? The second one, right? We will declare the range, right, of job, skill, and the labor, right? You see, we are usually do, right? So here, now what we are interested in is we declare some information relating to other parameter here in the problem, right? So let's see how parameter that we need to declare, right? First of all, we need to consider how parameter that we need to declare here. First of all, we have the information about the income, right? It should be declared, and it's relating to the range of the job, right? We also have the parameter of how much skill we must use in each job, right? So here find skill A, skill B, and skill C, right? So here is also be another parameter that we must be declared. And here this parameter is we have two index, right? The first one relating to job I, right? And the second one is we will relating directly to the skill K, right? And the next one, right? We also have the information about the labor, the maximum number of labor, right? Here we have maximum number of labor, and it will be set with the range of the labor. We also have the unit cost access directly to labor. And the third one, right, in the parameter, we must also have some matrix or some index that show how the one labor they can be multifunction in some queue, right? So here for the tab one, right, we will have table one will be maximize or will be can be used the skill A and skill B, right? Now let's see the problem. So when we already have this idea, right? So first of all, just think about the idea. How can we declare the parameter first, right? So now, so here, let's see, right? Now I just try with the first step. I didn't think anything about the constraint, right? So here, I declare the size of the problem first, right? The next one, I declare the parameter, right? So here we have the income parameters, labor and skill, right? So here labor and skill, right? We have maximum number of labor. So here labor and skill that represent, right? So which one of labor, they can be used with one of skill, right? Next one, we will have the maximum number of labor, right, available, and what is the job, what number of skill that one job is required. We have the unit code here, put m, this is unnecessary, so I delete it. And here we also have the decision variable, right? Decision variable, here we have two kind of decision variable. The integer, right, relating to how many job, use the label, and with the label we use the corresponding skill, right? We have also have the index whether the job is adopted. Here I'm setting for the time limit, right? Now, so let's say, first of all, I back a little bit into data file, right? So here data file show like this. So here the income is will be corresponding with the, right? So many files, so right? So here we have the income. I declare corresponding with the income here, right? So the next one will be the labor skill. So let's see what we 110 here represent for this. So here the labor skill 110, right? It will be represent that the top one can be used both skill A, the first skill, and the second skill, and they cannot use the last skill, skill C, right? So here for the step 2, doing in the same logic. So we have the row will be 101, right? 1 0 row, sorry, 0 1 1, right? And here, as you can compare 1 0 1 0 1 1, right? And this is for the first and the last. So we have also the maximum number of available of labor, right? And here, for this one, we also have the required skill, right? For project one, we have 533 corresponding with here, 533 require 5 skill A, skill B, and skill C, right? Now, so here, after we already think about it, right? So now the problem becomes a little bit, all right? So here, first of all, what we want to do is we want to maximize the profit. So profits must be corresponding with the income, right? And here, corresponding with the number of users that we use, right? And multiply with the cost for using what? Using labor, right? So here at this step, is there anything that you feel confused about this? Is it okay? Right, so for the next one, right? So let's say the first constraint, right? So here, right? For on I in job and case in skill, that means that what? Right? So for on the job and on the skills, right? So the number of labor assigned to this skill must be greater or equal to the required skill of the job, right? So it is right. So let's say someone asks, right, whether that we should put Z1 here. So it think it is okay, but let's say, right? So for the third constraint, if ji equal to 0, right? So here ji will be equal to 0. That means that the right hand side will be equal to 0. And in this case, that's the sharp is not adapted, right? On the left hand side of us will be false equal to 0, right? So here multiply with ji here is unnecessary, right? Right? And for the second one, right, for all kind of labor, using the on labor in on job and for specific skills must be smaller than the maximum labor of the job, right? So here it's okay, right? And for the third one, right? Here, this one will be represent. So if this will be equal to 0, right? J case equal to 0, and number of assignment, right? It must be smaller than if the job is assigned, so it's equal to 0, right? If not assigned, it will be, so if the job assigned, it will be equal to 1, right? So the here it will be corresponding with maximum number of labor in this time and whether the labor in this time can be used this skill, right? So it will be okay. So if it's create 0, so mean that the labor cannot use the skill K. It will be false, it's also to 0. Or it's become 0. It's also false the right on the right hand side become to 0, right? So here, if one thing mean that if job is not adopted on the right hand side relating to on the left hand side here will be equal to 0, or if the labor cannot doing the skill case, right? So this left hand side also be equal to 0, right? So basically our problem has just only 1, 2, and 3 constraints like this. Now let's see, right? So after we already have when we already have this, right? So now the next one will be what? The next one will be corresponding with the output, the result. So let's see here. So here I just declare for on, for E in job, C in labor, and K in skill. So if X, I, J, K greater than 0, that means that if we assign, right, into this, we just output the result, right? So now I just try to run with this, right? And now, finally, we will have the result under the form like this. So here we have the project one require how many labor, time week, and work execute what, right? And this is for the first project, second project, and first, right? So at this step, is it okay? So you can check or you can compare with your result. Right. So is everyone okay? So here, let's say the task constraints, right? Now the task constraints mean what? Right. So if you use the label type Z for the skill K, right? Label type Z for skill K. The first meaning that they must be this type label G must be do the skill K, right? It will be represented into the first information like this. First parameter label skill G case, right? So here, now let's see, right? So here for the first one, if S I consider Z equal to 1 in case equal to 3, right? So if C equal to 1 and K equal to 3, label type 1, right? And skill 3. This will be equal to 0, right? So that means that this cannot be happen. You cannot assign label type 1 to do the Q3, number 3, right? And here, let's see. But it's not enough, right? Because what? Because we also have where the one when one job is adopted, right, it also affects another information like S, I, J, K. This means that when CI equal to 0, that means that the job is not selected. On relating variable of this must be equal to 0 too, right? This means that when the job is not done, on the label must be equal to 0. So here we will have the multiply of ji here, right? So when ji will be equal to 0, on the sijk relating to j relating to I, it must be equal to 0, right? And here you cannot assign this more than the maximum label available for this. Here we have the maximum label chase, right? You cannot assign more than the resources you have, and you cannot assign the label into the skill that they cannot do. Right here we will represent the list per skill JK here, right? So is it okay? Right, and so now here the rest just will be the normal output, right? So here I think that's you're already familiar with this, right? So now I move quickly to the question 4, right? So what is the meaning of the question 4, right? So here so what can we do with the question 4? So let's see, right? So I give you the hint here using the guide of building constraint, right? So now we just open the guide of building constraints, right? Right, so let's see. Right, so let's see. Okay, here we have the building constraints guide. So building constraint guide say us that so for the absolute, right? Let's back to the page of let me see the page of the absolute constraint, right? So absolute value for binary here. That means that so here the x equal to a minus b. Absolute value x will be can be represented, right? For 1, 2, 3, 4, right? For equivalent constraint, right? So now let's see now based on this, right? So what should we do, right? Here, that means that now I will have for equivalent constraints. So first of all, I copy this, right? Here we will have this, right? Yij must be also satisfy this one, right? This is the constraint for also Yij. It also must be to satisfy the original problem, right? Right, and Yij, right, must be satisfied the for of this, right? So let's see. So in this case, this means that Yij, right, must be greater or equal than, sorry, here I will put it into the equivalence. This will equal to I say that Vij, right? Yij Vij must be greater than Yij minus, right? Sij for all I and j, right? We also have what? Is muscle, right? Greater than this. This plus this, right? In here, in this case, this may be creating to this minus this, right? This C for on j and for on I. And this C for on ij. Right? So here, now, right? Our problem for the question 4 can be solved like this. So we replace the absolute of two binary variable yij and xij by another one will be vij, right? We know that yij must be satisfied, right, on the original constraint here, right? And the last one, right, we know that based on the transformations, right, of the absolute value here, right, vij must be can be transformed into the equivalent form like this. So after we do this, this will already become to the linear form, and we can use the simplex another solver to solve out the problem, right? So is it okay? So does everyone okay? So your work now is consider again a review again the building constraints that you use a lot later. Also in your sheet, right? And also practice with the simplex, right? So hope that I can already answer on your question, right? Okay, so now I have to end the meeting, right? So bye bye. Please let me know if you have any question again. Oh, so we still have next week, right? We still have 1 week. So
Thầy ơi,
sao em?
thầy lúc mà mình đi làm meet á, cái mình có được copy từ cái tag mark cái code ra không thầy?
Không, thầy cũng không cho giống trọng nên chắc chắn em không copy được.
Mình phải write down lại từ đầu luôn hả thầy?
Đúng, thầy phải trong một hình khác xong copy được.
Ý em nói là cái code mẫu thầy.
Thì thầy phải trong một hình khác sao em copy được?
Vậy là mình ngồi mình tự viết lại từ đầu luôn đúng không thầy?
Ừ.
Em cảm ơn thầy.